Hunter.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown!
Is it starting? Are we on? Is this thing on? Hey guys! Welcome to Family Showdown. Top 10 shenanigans? No, wait. Card games. We're doing card games tonight, right? Possibly shenanigans as well.
All right.
Hello, people in the chat.
Do this.
Good evening. Welcome to another crazy list of craziness. Actually, I'm excited about this one. Why? Because there's a million awesome card games out there.
Let's don't get crazy.
A million awesome card games out there. Don't listen to these naysayers.
Hello to those joining. Top 10 card games. This is a repeato list from...
You're a repeato.
2016, I think. I didn't write it down. July 2nd, 2016, I seem to recall. So almost 3 years.
Woo!
3 years old.
I bet there's not very many repeats.
You might be surprised.
Really?
I don't know. We have played many card games. Now, for my list at least, just to jump in and put caveats on my list, because I have to put caveats on my list. I am not normally...
You're not normal?
That's true, too. Not normally a fan of a straight card game. Like, it's just playing cards, and that's all you do.
Nobody's perfect, sweetie.
So, my games have a little more going on than just straight card game. So, but I'm not going crazy. I'm not playing, like, a game that's like all this other stuff. And
War of the Ring! Okay.
Miniatures and things, and then there's a couple of cards going on. No, it's mostly centered around cards, but there may be some resources. There may be some tokens. There might even be a... No, is there any... Do I have any that have a board? Some of them may even have a board.
Oh, that's fine.
But I would consider them card games.
Board. Let me think.
Let's see what we got going
I'm
on
looking
in
to
here.
see. I don't think
They're already calling Star Realms, so.
One of my games has a board. I don't think... only one of mine has a board. Yeah, see?
A lot of mine has boards.
That's interesting. Well, there's a lot of games, especially if you go by Board Game Geek criteria, which is what we usually do, that qualify for a card game. But to me, when I went through this, even if they had cards as a key component or a key mechanism for the game, Smokey agrees with me. If I didn't feel like I could call it a card game, I didn't do it. I didn't even include it in the list, which helped narrow it down significantly, I think, because there's a lot of games that really use cards a lot, but they don't feel like a card game, if that makes sense to people.
Well, the Board Game Geek definition,
It's kind of loose.
Not to say that there is the authority on it, but they said any game in which the game centers around card play. But that's so
really
broad.
Loose.
So I kind of took maybe a half step back from that.
Yeah, no, if it didn't feel...
Because technically, War of the Ring would qualify as a card game.
Yeah, see, that instantly was off my list, because I'm like,
Because
no.
it's card...
Would you say, hey, you know what? I've got this great card game I want you to play. You can't say that and then say the game in the next breath, it's not a card game. You cannot say, hey, War of the Ring, what a great card game, eh?
It's driven by cards. No, it's not a card game. All right.
No.
So no worries. War of the Ring is not on my list. As much as I like to shoehorn War of the Ring in on my list.
See, you guys are throwing out some good ones.
There's a good one.
Crazy Eights is my number one. Spoilers!
Crazy Eights.
Crazy
I played some mad Crazy Eights when I was a little lad. Lass. I always hit that backwards.
No, lass is a girl.
Lass.
Oh my gosh.
Lassie?
That's closer, I think.
All right, let's just jump in and...
Phase 10. You guys totally got my number one.
All right, let's jump in and do this. I'm screwing things up here.
Way to go, IT.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's
start it off with my number 10. My number 10
what is
what is going to shock Rebecca. She's going to fall out of her chair. It is Race for the Galaxy.
You sick?
The last time we played it, so if you follow the channel, we're doing this resolution thing, and we're playing our we're playing our entire collection of games. We played Race for the Galaxy again, and first time in a long time, because we normally play like Roll for the Galaxy or not at all. And I actually enjoyed it.
This is why I sit down for these things.
I actually enjoyed it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Plays pretty quickly. It was okay.
Wow. You said okay.
I think it's the fact that the iconography. Look at that.
Makes more sense.
I used the word for you.
Yeah, you smarty. I hate
so the iconography
You're not studying it.
Didn't like blow us away. I mean, we just kind of we hadn't played it in at least a year, probably longer than a year, and the teach was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
It was so. I think that was a bonus because my in memories of Race for the Galaxy is slogging through the symbols and trying to figure out what does what and how it works and stuff. And it was just like, I don't even want to pull it off the shelf. But we played it last time because of the resolution. That's why this resolution came to be, so that we play all our games to kind of refresh our memory of them. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
It's pretty awesome. Sorry, I'm just watching the chat. Everyone's stunned and shocked. And then they start throwing in some, some trollish, exit game comments. But overall, everyone's as shocked as I am about your list. And now, I mean, you are just a loose cannon. No one knows where this is going.
Yeah, this list can go anywhere now. Nowhere to go but up.
Wow.
Well, it's a list. It's supposed to go up, right?
He's back. He's all right.
All right, what you got for your number 10?
I don't even want to say now. God. No, just kidding.
Am I just going to let your massive pictures cover me up?
Yes.
People seem to like it when that happens.
Yes. You know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start making them just cover half the page.
I used to do that. Here,
yeah, you did that all the time. My number 10 is like the epitome of a great 2-player classic card game. And that's Fox in the Forest. And, I mean, you can't get more card gamey than card games. And that's a card game.
See, now this is the hardcore definition of a card game.
It is. Because this reminds me of sitting down with family playing cards, but it's got a little more game to it. And it's just for 2 players, which still blows my mind because it feels like you're playing like an 8-player game around the table kind of thing. And I love that. So this is like the epitome of card gameness right there. Not all of mine are this card gamey.
So it's a 2-player trick-taking game, which is
it's a
extremely rare.
Trick-taking game. And the fact that it's 2-player trick-taking, you're like, does that work? Yes. Amazingly, it does. And it works well in that game. And I love that. And it had to make my list. That was like a no-brainer. That was probably the first game that popped into my mind when we talked about card games. Because of that. So, there you go.
So I have our old list, so I'm gonna jump in when we have repeatos. So no repeatos yet. All right, moving on to my number 9. My number 9.
Batman.
No, it was gonna be on the list. It had to be somewhere, and here it is. Poker.
Number 9.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
So I thought long and hard, at least 45 seconds about this.
That's a long time, people.
So I thought long and hard about this. The game itself, if you took the gambling and the betting and the tension of money on the line, I don't know how much I would actually enjoy this game.
Yeah, because... Well, yeah,
because playing for funsies, I don't think... That's why it dropped. I kind of took the gambling aspect out of it and looked at it as a pure game without the gambling component. I would still enjoy it, but it wouldn't be. That's why it lands where it lands.
Did you still count the mind game-ness of trying to? I guess if it's not, there's nothing really on the line.
There's not. You can't. There's no. How do you bluff someone if there's nothing? If they're betting, whatever you bet, tokens or matchsticks or whatever the.
Very easily, I just go, ha ha! You had no idea I had this.
So yeah,
that's all.
Gambling, if you include, poker, if you include the gambling part, would be probably top 3, but that's really kind of the meta game of it, of the card game. I don't know if I'm explaining myself very well.
I think you are.
If you're looking at the pure game itself, it would be fun, but the real game is the mind game of money on the line and all that good stuff. So that's why it dropped down here. It was on my list last time.
No, I get it.
I put it at number 4 last time.
It's like if you had spoons, but you took out the spoon part.
What?
I don't know.
I'm not sure what that means. Of course, I haven't played Spoon since I was like 3. So.
Spoons is awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it's still awesome.
All right, what's your number 9?
I don't even remember. I'm just kidding. I totally remember. This goes way in the opposite direction. But I feel like it's a card game because you do so much with the cards, but it's not a classic, again, like Fox in the Forest. It's not a classic trick-taking game. This is a heavy-duty beast of a game, but it's all cards, and that's Through the Ages. And, again, probably not necessarily one of those. This is the closest one to my, if I was going to say, hey, you going to play a card game? You probably wouldn't necessarily say Through the Ages. It doesn't quite fit my question so much, but at the same time, it doesn't really like the it sort of has boards, you know, but you don't really use them. It was mostly just a placeholder to keep track of your cards.
They're tokens,
and
they're tracking your resources and things like that.
It's all around the cards, and so I felt like this was close enough to a cheat, but at the same time, I was like, I think of it as a really heavy card game. I don't know why, and I'm sure a lot of people probably disagree with that because it is. I don't know, but it feels to me card game-ish. I don't know why. Maybe that's weird.
Well, here's the thing. The only reason it's so long. I mean, it's heavy because it's got a lot of rules. But,
I mean,
the only reason it's so
much.
long is the logistics of it. Because I can play the app.
Oh yeah, the app.
I can play a Through the Ages game on the app in like 10 minutes.
True.
Which is, it's just manipulating cards.
Because it keeps track of everything instantly for you, right? Because everything's got some kind of reaction to what you're doing. Because everything kind of chains. So you got to keep track of that. You have to keep track of your populace and this and that and everything, and it's based off of this, and this chains into this, and if you upgrade this and you buy this is cheaper, and this and that. But it's all cards. So, again, that's kind of my weird little fluke out of all of that, but that is, again, the opposite direction Through the Ages.
It's funny is it didn't meet your criteria last time. It wasn't on your list.
Or had we played it yet?
We had.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, like I said, it was a little bit flukish. It was a little bit on the border. But it still feels like a card game.
All right, my number 8 is a brand new game to list. I only played this 2 times. We played it 2 times back to back because it was so good. And that is Res Arcana. Arcana? Arcana?
If you want to do it, it's Res Arcana. But that's classical Latin, so don't get into that again. Oh my gosh, here we go.
Did you see that nerd tidal wave that came over?
It's not enough that I'm nerdy about board games. I have to overdrive it. I know. Okay, sorry. Not sorry.
All right, so
but it's
Res Arcana is a brand new game that we got less than a month ago, I want to say, and we got it. We pulled out and we played it, and we're like, we gotta play this again, like immediately.
Yeah.
And we racked it up and played one more time, and it's just so smooth. It's from the same person that made Race for the Galaxy, so two Race for the Galaxy designer person
Is it
games
Lehman?
on my list.
Tom Lehman?
Yeah.
He's probably going to be on my t-shirt next time we do a top designers.
This one's just really smooth. It's card play and it's resource management, and you're kind of building up to get big victory point cards to trigger the end of the game. It's kind of like Splendor in a way, and that the way Splendor. Let me finish. Don't give me a look. It has you go to a certain victory point amount, and that triggers the end of the game, and then whoever has the most victory points at the end of the game wins. So it's plays quickly. There's a lot going on. It's one of those games that ramps up really quickly because you start out, you got like 1 or 2 little resources to play with. By the time you get near the end of the game, which is only, I want to say 5-6 turns, maybe 7 rounds. You got piles of resources that you're doing things with.
Oh my gosh.
So it just got a nice flow to it. It's easy to understand.
Well, and I like the little factions. I guess you would call them factions.
Yeah, like Star Realm factions that fire off each other.
They chain off of each other almost exact same way Star Realm does.
It's just a really, really solid game. So
yeah.
Res Arcana, if you like card games, if you like resource management games, if you like a quick game that plays really well 2 players. We haven't played it with more, so I can't speak to that. But great one. Great one. New one. It's Cult of the New.
People are now quoting White and Nerdy, or not White and Nerdy. It's all about the Pentiums.
No,
that's greatness. You guys are nerdy, man. Got Weird Al going on in the chat. That's greatness.
All right, you're number 8?
My number 8 will come as no surprise whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
on my other list. It mutes you. It covers his mouth. And that is the granddaddy of them all, Dominion. Of course I'm going to put this on the list. This is that card game. They got me back into the whole board gaming thing, and I love me some Dominion. In fact, I am dying to crack into my Dominion briefcase of doom. I think that's what I'm going to call that thing. It's pretty glorious. I cannot wait. Hunter completed it and got the last games that we're going to fill in the briefcase. That sucker is gorgeous, chock full of Dominion-y goodness, and I'm going to play the snot out of it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Does it have cards? It has hundreds of cards. It's fantastic.
They
And you
have
can
over 1,000 cards.
Yeah, probably. The nice thing is, though, I mean, it's so great. I love Dominion. It's so versatile. You're never going to have the same game twice because each time you can go in there, and we'll always do it this way, I think, from here on out, is just randomize 10 out of all the games. Just whoosh, pull together 10 and go at it. And there's so many different card combos. I am not doing the math on that. That's what he does. But it's ridiculous. You can calculate that sometime when you're bored. That'll be fun. And all the different options. Uh-oh, the wheels are cranking. He's already starting to think about it.
Sure, it's in the millions. But anyway.
Exactly.
The,
so much fun. And I just love it. It's draw 5, do your thing. Do. Buy stuff.
What's that again?
Do.
Yeah, so we got someone pointed us in the direction of an app. Can't recall what the app's name is. The Dominion app. Basically, you say, I got all these expansions. I got these promo cards. I want attacky cards or non-attacky cards. You all these combinations. Push a magic button, boop, and it gives you the set of cards you play with.
Randomizes it. It's so beautiful.
You can even stress you want like lots of money going on. Do you want attacks? Do you want no attacks at all? I mean, it can customize it and randomize it. And if you don't like the ones you got, you kind of scan it and go, oh, okay, boop, hit it again, boom, it'll give you another set.
That's just too cool.
Instead of having to shuffle up all the cards and deal them out.
But I liked doing that anyway. I thought it was kind of fun. But the app thing's pretty.
Yeah, but your
you can
randomizer deck is like this thing
I know,
now.
it's stupid now. I know, I get it. I still like it. But I get it. But that app is pretty amazing.
All right.
So,
that's a good one. For you.
Yeah, I agree, Peter.
For you.
I prefer Dominion deck building over Magic deck building.
All right, here we go. I always like this because it's always a surprise to me because I make my list like 3 or 4 days ago.
And you forget, you're like, and the winner is?
Oh, hey, look at that.
This low?
Cult of the News is strong. Oops, I resized the wrong one.
Oh, boy.
Cult of the New is strong with me, and that is back-to-back. The hotness, the craziness, the madness that is Wingspan. So this one, it just hit on, the whole family likes this one. This one's got over-the-top production. It's easy to teach, easy to learn. It's fun to play. There's all sorts of cool combos you can do. There's different paths to victory. You can focus in on the goals. You can focus in on just getting victory points. You can focus in on tucking cards. You can focus in on getting tons of eggs. There's all kinds of ways to score points. Unless you're Hector and you'll score any points.
Oh, that's called out.
Anyway,
Shots fired.
Nessa loves this game. The family loves the game. I think that's pushed it a little higher. I think Res Arcana and Wingspan are probably neck and neck for me, but since the family likes it so much, it kind of edges it out just a hair. This one's got more going on than Res Arcana, in my opinion, because it just seems like there's more going on with all the cards firing off and
You're just looking at all the pretty birds and distracted.
Maybe. But anyway. So anyway, this is a solid card game. Good resource management if you like card combos. It's got a lot of cool things I like about it. And again, like I said, I want my card. I don't want just a card game. I want some other things going on. And this has got a lot of different things going on in it beyond the cards.
And Neutral has a good point. What other card game comes with eggs?
There you go. Can't argue that.
Right. They're cute. What's funny too is that's one thing that the rules state right off the bat too. It's like color of the egg doesn't matter at all. They just put in different colors for fun, and I'm like, that's so cool. I mean, how often do they do that?
My gut tells me there's going to be an expansion or something that might make it utilize the different color eggs.
That might be fun.
I don't know. Maybe not.
That would be cool. Well, and we noticed that the vast majority of them are all in the Americas. So at some point, maybe they'll do an expansion that are like Asian birds or African birds or birds from Madagascar or something cool. I think it'd be neat.
I assume I assume the original reason they did it is because I'm sure it's not any more expensive to order different color eggs and mixing them together. And maybe it's slightly because you have to sort them. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Anyway,
but hey, I mean, cool.
All right, what's your number 7? Not as cool as my number 7.
Oh, I don't know. Well,
Oh, I didn't say a minute ago. Dominion was your number 3 last time.
yeah, of course it was, as it should be. I'm just kidding.
Oh my.
Now it's
Oh
it's
my.
number 7.
Oh
Oh my! What? What? Oh my! What are you? Oh my!
I thought this would be top 2.
Times they are changing.
All
Just
right.
saying. This is one of my another deck builder. Again, I'm on a deck building kick because I love it, and that is In Space with Core Worlds. Oh my goodness! This is another one of those. Obviously, not as varied and crazy as something like Dominion. It's much more structured because you have 8 different kinds of goals. I believe is it 8 different core worlds? 12? It's a very small number, but there's a finite set of goals that you can aim towards, and you can aim for more than one, but it's really difficult, especially if you're playing more than 2 player, to actually go for and obtain more than one of those things, because the whole game you're building up your space forces and your ground forces, and different combinations of those is how you get worlds, and they give you victory points and stuff and help you also continue to build up your armies and stuff as you are trying to build up to get one of those big monster core worlds at the end. And it does pay to actually pay attention to the core worlds from the beginning of the game to help you kind of plan a strategy of some sort. Otherwise, you're going to wing it at the end, and I may or may not be speaking from experience from the first time I played. That makes it really not stressful exactly, but yeah, kind of, as you're trying to scramble to get a planet when you have no plans. It's pretty tough. So it's really fun to build up your deck and try to aim for that. And of course you do want to have that backup plan, because you just know that somebody is going to go after your planet. Never fails.
I try to work around and get 2, maybe even 3.
Yeah, we try. We try to diversify. Yeah, there's our word.
Core World's good choice. I am shocked this is low. I have no clue.
It's all about the cards. I love and the art in that is phenomenal too. Just good stuff.
All right, my number 6. We just played this. Was it Sunday? 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was. 'Tis good.
Oh, someone asked before I jump in. Someone I said Core Worlds with the expansions or without expansions.
We
play with everything.
In fact, I'm not even sure which cards anymore are expansions, because I don't think we play without them ever anymore.
We play with everything.
We play with everything. Love it. Love it. Love it.
All right. So my number 6
Good question.
is back to I played this 2 days ago with everything, and it was cool beans, and that is the networks.
Oh my goodness, this game was so much fun.
I really enjoyed it. So the networks by itself, the base game is good. I enjoyed it. Probably would not have made this list, but I really like the expansion. In fact, it gives you. I like games that are asymmetrical, and the expansion gives you a superpower that only you have, that's unique and very powerful compared to and other players all have a superpower. You have an executive, like I guess the TV show executive person, and he has like a superpower. And the one I had let me get like tons of stars on my show. She had one where you wanted cheapo programming.
My guy was called El Cheapo or something like that. So it was hilarious.
So networks is you're basically in charge of a TV channel, and you're drafting shows and stars and ads, and you're forming an evening lineup, trying to combo things off each other, and you got to know when to retire shows to bring in new shows, and it's all cards, it's all card drafting, everything's card driven. It's just a really solid game. If you like card drafting, if you like cards that have humorous junk on them.
I was just about to say, I think one of the nicest touches about that game too is the tongue-in-cheek kind of like nod to all of the popular TV shows out right now, because they just Like they have like, oh gosh, what was the Firefly one? Now all of a sudden I just blanked on it.
Something bug.
Yeah, it was something. It was like water bug.
Yeah, water bug.
Water bug, I think
Yeah.
it was. But then it's distinctly the same basic shape of the ship and everything, just enough to kind of hey. But they do that with all the different shows and sports shows, movies, dramas, romance, whatever, and you'll see little play on words and stuff. And it was just brilliantly done. Love it.
Got a lot of cool. I like everything about the expansion. It
was a lot of fun.
I didn't even attempt to separate it because I think we're gonna play it from now on.
Pretty much
So,
like Core Worlds. We're not even going to remember what's what anymore after that.
it's a good one if you haven't tried it. If you like card drafting,
It's really
doing some
fun.
combos and
And it's definitely a card game. I mean, you have your lineup thing that just shows the time slots, but it's all about the cards and moving the cards and putting them in your lineup and stuff. And then you tuck your actors and your ads underneath your particular TV shows and stuff. So,
all right, onward.
Neutral, you have a good question. Do we say most party/social deduction games are card games?
Nope, I axed every one of those
I
except one. There's one that I
Did you?
There's one social deduction ish game that made
you?
my list. Other than that, I axed all of them
I did. I axed all of them.
because I mean the cards are there, but it's just like to tell you a roll, or
Yeah.
you're not actually utilizing those cards. You're not drawing cards, exchanging cards, doing things with cards.
And that's one of the reasons I put Through the Ages on this time, is because it's all about manipulating cards as opposed to, like you said, the social deduction games. You're right. It's usually just there. You might flip it over. You might not even touch it the whole game, right? So
Yeah, I think when
You
I did
could, though.
when I ran
I mean, you
BGG,
could totally include
not
it.
to go off on a tangent, but when I ran the card games on BGG, a lot of the games like Resistance and came up. And Resistance, you're getting a roll card, and then the cards you're using to
It's just
vote
yes
and
or
stuff.
no, yeah.
It could be a token. It could
Yeah.
be anything.
You could do
It's
anything
not.
with
It's,
that.
I don't see how that could possibly be considered a card game.
yeah,
I mean, even your roll could be on
but you could. I mean, you could go that
a
route.
tile
with
or something.
you could
it
go
doesn't
that
have
route
to be,
with-
even be a card.
defining what a card game is. You could totally go that route, and that would, if you're looking to expand your definition of card games, it'd be an easy way to do it because it'll just explode. So you could do that.
Yeah.
We just went more traditional generally.
Yeah. So we kind of took a step back from
Same
that.
thing with Time's Up and all those, yeah.
So if you want to know social, I think we've done a top 10 social deduction games. So
I think we did. If we haven't, you pretty much probably already know what they would be.
all right, you're up. What you got? Number 6.
Number 6, I think everybody's already called it in the chat, and
Yeah,
that is...
your list is shocking me, man.
Star Realms!
I'm calling your list the Cult of the New is what I'm calling your list.
You might be correct. But, Star Realms, this is... Oh my gosh, I still love this. This is another one of those that I have just about everything for. I play with just about everything every time, so I couldn't tell you which is what expansion or anything like that anymore. Because I just have them all together. Nice little... very compact now, chock full card box.
A brick of cards.
It's a brick of cards now. Yeah, it's wonderful. If I ever put that in my purse and hit somebody, I'd probably kill them. It's a brutal brick of cards, but it's fantastic because you just lay out your cards again, buy your ships, attack people, other person's turn. You can just throw down a game really quickly. I love it. You have your certain amount of hit points, which you could vary and house rule that and be like, hey, you know what? Let's play a short game. Let's only go to 20 hit points. Go crazy. And if you play the app, you'll see that they have different challenges and things like that you can do. You could just as easily do that with the cards, which I think is kind of cool. And I've done both, but I still prefer face-to-face playing the card game. I just like it better. I like to see the person's face. The face of my enemy as I blow up their ships. Okay.
Yes. All right, I figured that, man, you're gonna be all new games. Top 5 are all new games.
No, how do you know?
'Cause I know. All right, here's my number 5. Let's see what it is. It'll be a surprise to everyone. It's already been mentioned in the chat several times.
Totally been mentioned in the chat.
Here it is. It is Bruges. Bruges. So Bruges. This one I actually kind of had to think about it whether I was going to put it on the list because it does have some board. It has some board stuff going on. It has you're building little canals on the board, and you have the dice rolling, and you have some tokens. But in the grand scheme of things, the dice are just used as numbers to manipulate the cards.
That's true.
Basically to randomize the values of the cards is all the dice are really doing for you. And the building the canals, that's about it. That's really all you're doing on that board and keeping track of where you are on the glory popularity track, whatever it's
whatever
called.
it was called.
But anyway, Bruges is awesome. I had to include it because it's got cards that have each card has 6 different ways you could play that card.
It's
You
cool.
can, and I'm not gonna go through them all. Maybe I will go through them all. Let's see if I can remember them all. You can get workers. You can get rid of the punitive stuff that's on the board,
Stop it, it's
the plagues and stuff.
Punitive. Don't listen to him.
You can get money. You can make a building. You can use it as the actual power of the card, the person. And one left. Build a canal.
What about turn it in to get peoples?
I said that first.
Oh, did you?
Build a canal. There you go. There's the 6 ways that you can use a card. So every card, you actually have to, it's like agonizing because you look at the cards and go, ooh, I need this. I need lots of money. This is a good one for money. Oh, wait, I really like the power of this guy. Oh, but I really need these workers. And it's just, that's the whole game. It's just agonizing over what you use the cards
And that's
for.
it. That's the whole game. What do I do with this card? The game.
Yeah, it's pretty,
No,
it's pretty crazy because you really, there's always, every hand of cards you get, every turn you play, you're going to play a hand of cards. And it's really tough on how to puzzle it out. Okay, I'm going to use this one for money. Then I need a building. So which one do I not like? I'll use this one for the building. I really want this person thing. I don't have enough money for him, so I got to use this one. Anyway, it's awesome.
Or in my case, it was like, hey, I want to build this building. Oh, wait, Hunter burned it down. I guess I'll use my other card.
I don't think I think of all the times we played.
You were a pyromaniac.
Of all the times we played, that's the most attacky I've ever been.
That was the lowest scoring game ever because he wasted most of his turns
I would just get workers and arson her
on
building
fire.
every turn. It was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, I love
I know where you
Bruges.
sleep.
It's a Steffenfeld game. That's nothing.
It's pretty good.
That's enough to say right there. So.
Yep, that's right.
It's a good one. Sadly out of print. Hopefully it'll come back into print someday.
Bucket list, play Bruges in Bruges. What?
I was like, is there any New Zealand games?
I don't know, that'd be awesome.
All right, what's your number 5?
My number
Oh, here comes the
5.
quote. That's not super new. New to us ish.
Not that new.
We played it last fall.
Oh, okay. It's within a year. I guess that counts. My next game is very much a card game. And again, it's kind of a deck builder. Not. It's interesting hand management. I don't know.
Tableau building.
Yeah, that. I'm bad at categorizing sometimes. But that is Paper Tales. I love Paper Tales. Even from the first game. And it took me... I didn't start seeing combos until the second game, really. But the first game, I still enjoyed it. Because I was like, I see possibilities everywhere. And I didn't draw a single one of those possibilities at the time. But it was a lot of fun because I like how the way the cycles go through, where you get money earnings at a certain time and you spend money at a certain time and you age people, and there's different things that you can do to manipulate time and aging and this and that and get victory points off of aging or not aging and how you attack people. And I like the Seven Wonders thing style where it's like you fight people on either side and that's how you can possibly win 2 wars and this and that. I like the way this game flows, and it's light. It's only 4 rounds. It goes really quickly too. Yeah. But it's easy to teach, and I feel like there's enough meat in the game that, you could really use this as an intro to this kind of tableau building game, and I think you could help people get through it and actually teach them and get them interested in this style of game. I really think that it lends itself to that. Just from the couple times I have taught it, I really actually enjoyed teaching it too. And people instantly turn around and are like, wow, I like that. Let's play it again. Which I thought, that's usually a good sign. If you got somebody that wants to turn around and play it again right away. And I always feel that way about it. So I like it.
Yep, it's a good one. I didn't make my list. This one's just, I don't know, it's over too fast. It seems too, with the expansion that helps a little bit, but before it seemed really, there's not many choices. Yeah,
the expansion, I think, did a lot for it. I like it a lot more because of the expansion now, because you're right. You have more building choices. You're not just stuck with the same ones. And sometimes you feel like you're almost racing people to get that certain building out because of the bonuses you get from them. It could be enough to sway the game, but now that may not be the case because somebody else might be going for a completely different combination. And I like that.
Yeah.
So...
good night, Peter. Tell the little one good night for me.
Aww.
All right, let's move on to a real card game. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Monica.
Oh man, you're mean.
My number 4 is the greatness and the glory that is Pit.
I knew this was going to be on your list.
So Pit was my last time. It was my number 2. It dropped down to number 4. What replaced it up top? We'll have to find out. Pit is just a mad dash, crazy, fun, however long you play time.
Until you're hoarse from screaming.
So Pit, I don't even remember how I even got this game.
Actually, isn't it my game?
No, well, I don't know if it was or not. But anyway, so this game, it's just...
I think it was my game.
It starts off pretty calm for about 5 seconds. And then it gets insane and screaming and yelling and banging on the table and
leaping
body
across the
checking
table
and screaming at the person at the end of the table that's not trading with you. And they
maybe they're not paying attention.
They have the
listening
cards
to
you want. You know they have the cards you want, but they're not doing anything. You scream and yell at them until they trade with you.
Somebody's projecting some...
And then there's tears and then screaming and babies crying and...
That was the best story ever. Oh my gosh!
So this game is just fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, this is one of these games. I guess it depends on who you're with. If you're playing with us, you better be
aggressive.
Wear like a helmet, maybe some shoulder pads, because we get a little crazy. But anyway, it's just a fun game. I enjoyed it. It plays. You can set a point limit. You go to a certain number of points. You can set.
I think the game itself says like 500, which is. I think we'd all die.
No, we did 500.
Did we?
Yeah.
That's amazing. We all survived.
So you can set the amount of points you go to. You could just play one round. That'd be crazy. It'd be about 30 seconds of insanity. But I enjoyed this one. We didn't play it for the longest time after the Nessa incident. We didn't play it.
No. We just didn't play it when she was around.
We didn't play it for quite a while after that.
Yeah.
I think we're all traumatized.
No, it's because she was always around.
That's true too. So we were playing. Nessa was eating. Nessa sitting in a high chair eating or doing something.
She was right off the side of the
table.
table.
And we were playing Pit, and about midway through the game, she started bawling because she thought we were all mad at each other. We scarred her for life. She'll never look at a
I know
Pit
she's
game.
been smacked by Meeples playing Terra Meeple City. She's been screamed at in Pit. Well, she did get screamed at. She thinks she was screamed at. I think. Yeah, kids traumatized. Gaming.
This is a fun game. You can find us anywhere at Walmart, Target, whatever your equivalent is. It's probably Walmart, wherever you are.
I think Target has it too, or they used to.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever Walmart is, where you are, whatever your equivalent is. What was that? Number 4? Your number 4. What is it? Surprise me. Brand new game. Here we go.
It's not brand new.
Oh, this game.
And you can tell by that response that the answer is Mystic Veil.
I just destroyed your...
What are you doing?
I'm not sure what happened to your Mystic Veil.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Mystic Veil. Don't ignore the Pit. Hector. What is wrong with you? You shrunk it down to people who are going to be squinting at the screen going, what is that?
Right.
This is a card crafting game, and I think it's like cards on cards on cards. You're taking the cards and making them your own unique card. And I'm quickly getting tired of their expansions, though, because I'm like, yay, more of the same.
They tricked it up last time.
Meh.
Had the night and day and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
It gives you 2 sets of cards to draft from.
You keep hearing, I thought you said, this was going to be part of a big something else game. I'm waiting. Still waiting.
Yeah, I think we're done with expansions.
Yeah, I'm not doing any more expansions until they answer their promises. Just saying.
I think they did some adventure game type thing. Maybe. I don't know.
Where is it?
I don't know.
And how does it link to Mystic Veil? That's right.
I don't know.
Okay. So, anyway, I like it. I like the concept. I like the idea. But, just saying.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
No, I love it. Obviously, it's my number 4.
But this one's dropped for me because it's starting to feel a little samey.
Well, I can understand that. I mean,
starting to feel a little samey.
It's going to start dropping on my list if they don't do something about it. Because I really love the concept, and they're not doing anything with it. So, but yes, I like card crafting. I love the idea that I can set up. So, if I decide, hey, I want to spread out in my deck, I want to have a lot of really solid cards. So I'm not going to come up and have, oh, this is a bad card. This is going to ruin my round. Or I can just set up a few that are just super powerful cards and then set up stuff to shuffle through my deck so that I can get to those cards more quickly. You know, there's so many different things you can do with the card crafting, and I love that about it. But like you said, you play it a lot, you're going to start getting...
And we have played a lot
samey.
because we played it every time an expansion came out. So it came out? Oh, man. I need a nap. So we played it like 10 times because she has like 10 expansions for the stupid thing. My number 3 has already been mentioned. And it is... Should be higher on your list because you're crazy. It is Core... Did I hit the button? What happened?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Oh, there it is. Core Worlds!
Excellent choice, sir. Excellent choice.
I cannot believe it dropped on your list because we played it recently and we were like...
Not that recently. I need to play it again.
We played it
recently.
We played it recently and we really, really, really enjoyed it.
I love that game.
So I don't know why it's so low on your list. You're
it's
crazy.
not low. It's in the top 10.
It's low.
My list
No.
is like 50 games
No.
that I don't
No.
even...
No. No. It's too low on your list.
You gonna say anything else about Core Worlds?
Core Worlds, awesome deck building game. It's got a lot of cool combos. You're kind of building up your resources. You're taking planets and give you special abilities. All sorts of craziness. Awesomeness.
Play it.
Believe it's my favorite true deck builder because I don't consider Great Western Trail a deck builder.
Yeah, that's not. It's totally not.
Even though it kind of is.
Kind
Maybe.
of.
Anyway, love Core Worlds. Awesome. If you haven't played it, go play it.
Yeah, it's fun. If you like deck building, you will like Core Worlds. Solid.
Moving on to your number 3.
Totally liquid.
Oh, here comes the wave of new. 3 brand new games. Well, brand new for us. Coming up.
It's not brand new. We've been
in a
playing this for
row.
months.
3 in a row. Man, you're
I am just saying that it
Cult
has
of the
happened.
New.
No, this is not Cult of the New. This is the wave of replacements. I'm calling it now, people. My number 3 is Keyforge. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now this is fun. You've got pre-made decks for you. They also come with a completely amazingly randomized names. They're so glorious. All you have to do is search up Keyforge deck names and you'll get just some fun, amusing things for hours. And then the card play is actually really fun. I enjoy playing these decks. And they could not have the awesome deck names, and I think that would still be a fun game. But the added bonus is you're playing these ridiculous names the whole time. That's the best part for me. I'm just like, yes.
That's what I look for in games. A good name.
I'm just saying, whoever came up with the idea was like, let's make this truly unique to everyone, and it's going to be completely randomized. Brilliant. Well played. Because, no, it's hilarious. And how many people are going out there and just buying more decks just to see what kind of ridiculous nonsense they can get now? Oh, man. Gold mine. Gold mine. I love playing this game. I think it's a lot of fun. We actually have a couple decks that I haven't tested yet, and it's bothering me because I see them and I can even see the wrapper around it still. It's not going to last.
Can't believe you didn't even open them up. That's funny.
I know. I was waiting to cackle about the names while I open it up and set up the game. Hasn't happened yet. I love them. Keyforge is fun.
Keyforge is alright.
What?
It's just alright.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I'd play it over and over. There you go.
My number 2
Keyforge
is the one
War of the
exception
War of the Ring.
to my no social deduction games as card games.
Deception?
No, what do you do with the cards? They sit on the table the whole game.
Oh. Of course.
That is Sheriff of Nottingham.
Neutral.
So, someone get it? Oh.
No.
So, Sheriff of Nottingham. I love Sheriff of Nottingham. Its main focus is probably the bluffing, but it's driven by the game is the points you score, and it's driven by the cards. You're basically swapping out cards. You're doing set collection. Whoever has the most of one set gets more victory points. But this is my one exception because I consider this a card game.
I can see that.
The money you get is just basically victory points.
Yeah. It's all about the cards.
It's all
it really
the
is
cards.
all about the cards.
I mean, there is the bluffing and the negotiation.
Yeah, but it's all
and
around
stuff.
the cards.
Right.
So it's
so this
bonuses are based off of the cards.
This would be along the same lines. Would you consider Cosmic Encounter a card game?
Yeah, real. I mean, you have a hand of cards and you play them, and that's how you react to people. And I could. I
would put this in the same category as Cosmic Encounter, and I would consider Cosmic Encounter a card game, even though it's got other stuff going on. I mean, you have the tokens and the ships and things like that, and the superpowers.
Yeah.
But it's all about your hand of cards and manipulating the hand of cards to get the right cards you need to accomplish the things you want to do.
Yeah, Sheriff. I think Sheriff's more card game than.
This one's borderline, but I okayed
You're right.
it.
You're totally cheating because it is a party game. That's totally a party game.
I okayed this one. I sent it up the chain for approval, and it came back approved.
I'm Hunter Thomason, and I approve this message.
Sheriff was my number 3 last time. It's my number 2 this time. It's gone up because I still love this game. After all the times we played it, the kids playing it, family playing it at conventions, playing it with our game group, it's always gone off well, and enjoy it quite a bit. I love it. But this one is borderline. I will readily admit.
Yeah, but you do love it. Love it, love it, love it. So
there you go. Sheriff of Nottingham.
Oh, Nottingham.
So tell me about... trying to think which one you like better. Tell me about... I don't want to spoil your number 1.
Yeah, you can't.
So, tell me about...
Yeah, you got it. Good job. All right, my number 2 is Wingspan. Yes, hype. Okay, I get it. And part of it, yes, it's insanely overproduced and magnificent. And that's part of the appeal, because I'm a sucker for good art and stuff. I fully admit it. But the game is solid. I mean, the bird art, I mean, the wingspans are the wingspans of those particular birds. I mean, there's science behind it, right? But that aside, too, just the different combos and the way you play things, it's surprisingly easy to teach, but then as you actually go through, you're surprised at how much strategy actually can be involved with trying to find some good combinations to fire off. Sure, you can slap down birds anywhere, but if you really want to get a good engine going, you kind of want to think about some of the combinations and stuff and how they're going to fire off. And I really, 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 really enjoy this, and this is going to start replacing some of my older games. I know you're like, oh, Cult of the New. This is not Cult of the New. These games that I've been talking about are here to stay. I don't see them going anywhere off my lists. So Tommy brought up a good point, which is so rare, so I might have to talk about it. Crown of Amara. Ooh.
Is that a card game?
I don't think of it as one, but
I don't either.
But
there's so many tokens and
there's
things.
So many tokens,
there's
and
so much going
two
on.
parts to this board is very
the board
detailed.
Is the focus of the game more so than the cards. I mean, the cards are manipulated.
But the cards make the game unique each time, right? Because where they land and stuff. But yeah, I mean,
no, I wouldn't call it a card game.
I wouldn't call it a card game, but I could see where if you were a little looser than we were on the definition, you could throw it into that category. I bet BGG throws it in.
No, it wasn't.
You don't think so?
It wasn't listed as
really.
Or I would have saw it
that.
and would have thought about it. All right, so my number 1 was my number 1 last time. What is it, sweetie? It's my number 1 last time. It's my number 1 this time.
Oh, so you already did Pit.
Still hanging in there. Number 1.
What am I missing that I'm feeling stupid about? I'm missing something obvious. I'm blinking all of a sudden.
Through the Ages, a new story of civilization.
And you gave me grief about that? You are such a rotten... Oh.
Through the Ages, a new story of civilization. I love this game. It is... If anyone doesn't call this a card game, then they don't know what they're talking about, because the cards are everything. The only thing you have is you have some tokens that track resources. That's all they really do for you. What?
Nothing.
I was just messing with you. It was funny. It was funny, right? It's funny. Through the Ages, I love this game. I've played this game
a billion times now, because
probably the board game, the physical board game, I've probably played like
handful,
maybe 8 times, 7, 8 times total.
Yeah.
I've played the app probably 100 times at least.
It's a lot easier.
And what's
to set
funny
up.
is those 100 plays probably took less time than the 10 plays of the real game.
It's sad but true.
Oh my god, I'm so fast with the app now. I just like I do my turns like pass, I just fly through the computer.
I'm actually
turn.
scared to play you in this now because you've played it so much on the app. I think you're just going to destroy me because I
Probably.
haven't played it on the app at
Oh,
all.
I've played it so many times on the app.
He's like, balancing this. It's all...
It takes. I mean, a game of Through the Ages on the app. It's about 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're probably going to annihilate me the next time we play
So
it.
so yeah, Through the Ages. It's a solid game. If you like a Civ game, it's kind of unique in the Civ game world because there's not a board where you have little troop guys going out and fighting each other and stuff like that. This is more about the economy and the for lack of a better word, the logistics of running a civilization. Because you build up your resources, you build up your politics, you got to go through different leaders through time, you go through different kinds of government through time. So you feel that progression of the civilization without all the manipulating, building troops and getting them better weapons and moving them across the map and taking over territories. Oh. I mean, they simulate that with what they call wars, but really it's playing some cards. Whoever has the most troops wins, and you like blow up some of their buildings or something like that. So there's war, there's fighting in it, but it's definitely not the focus. The focus is developing and finding a good engine for building your civilization up, and finding the right time to switch leaders, finding the right time to switch governments, when to have military, when to focus on the military side of things. Because if you ignore military, then people are going to start beating you up.
Oh my gosh.
They're going to start beating you up all the time. So you got to at least...
That is, you
just have to stay in range to kind of give them a deterrent from attacking you all the time. But it's really solid. Many different paths to victory, many different ways to play. You can focus military. You can have tons of resources. You can go through the religion, get points that way. You can build up your civics, your theaters, and all that.
I love doing those. Yeah.
So there's a lot of different ways to play. Every time I try something different. I think the last time I played the physical board, I went heavy military. I'm not sure if I even won doing that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. I think I did trounce
because
you.
I made the mistake of letting you have it for a while, and then I was like, oh, he can just walk over and just start destroying crap. And sure enough, he's like, hey, neighbor.
Yeah. War.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And once you get that bit, you were just like, I'm running with it. It was pretty bad.
Well, as you see, I love this game.
It's amazing.
After playing the app so many times, the board game is almost like scary to play but I'll definitely play it. It's part of the resolution. We got to play it at some point.
Oh, no.
But with playing the app as much as I can I could probably teach the game and set up the game and organize it like much quicker than in the past.
That's good.
So there's not going to be the slog of teaching and setting up and figuring out how to play the game again because I've played it so many times.
Fleet captains, deck builder.
It is a deck builder.
Kinda.
Same way Smash Up's a deck builder. Alright, so there's Through the Ages, so...
Mark's a troll.
Let's talk about the Cult of the Last 10 Minutes with her number 1.
Last 10 minutes?
Cult of the Last 10 Minutes.
You know what? I've gotten to the point now where if there is a game that is that solid and that fun, I know it is going to stick around on my list. And I am not Cult of the Newing that. This game is sticking. Race Arcana.
It's a good game.
Is really good.
I knew this was gonna be your number 1 after you played it because you're like beaming. You were like,
oh, it was. And the other thing is that you liked it too, and that also brought it up because it was like, wow, this is a solid game. We can play it over and over. It has a lot of the elements that I really like about my other like deck builders and card games that I like to play the most. It's like it has little bits of all of them together in one nice little package, and on top of that you'll actually play it.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I think another play or so and I wouldn't mind even teaching it, which is kind of scary because
the setup isn't that hard.
Well, that's the thing too, is I don't usually like teaching games, but the ones that really stay with me I actually can teach. Like I've taught Wingspan now, and I think another play or so and I probably could teach this one, and I really like to be able to, hey, let's play this, let's throw down. And unlike Wingspan, I even played it solo, and I don't usually like to play solo games. That was actually really fun. This game, as soon as I played it, I'm like, oh, I want to try this kind of strategy now. You know, I'm already thinking about what other things I can do with this game, and I love it. Love it. I think it's my new fave.
Oh, obviously.
I'm probably spoiling, like, my next top whatevers for the next 6 months by saying that kind of stuff, because it's just like, already just be prepared. It's right there.
Yeah, this is a good one. I don't know how much, I guess it's getting some buzz, but...
Not enough.
In
my book,
I really don't see a lot. I mean, I've heard a lot of positive feedback about it, and it seemed like a game that she would like, so I grabbed it and really enjoyed it. But I don't really see... I don't hear a lot about it.
I don't either. I'm surprised that it
especially with
seems to have slipped under the radar.
The pedigree, to use... Look at that pedigree. The pedigree of the designer. I mean, Race for Galaxy is so many... A lot of people's favorite game is Race for the Galaxy.
Oh, man.
So I'm surprised this isn't getting more buzz.
I was interested in trying it just because of that. First of all, I was like, oh, I love those games. I think he did an amazing job with that, and this is a winner. I mean, he just was like, smack, out of the park. Awesome. I really like Race Arcana. I cannot even express how much I like that.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm gonna look at.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
So once upon a time. No.
I'm curious if it's even in the hotness on BG at all.
Oh, okay. You're gonna look it up.
Curious.
Yeah, because it's just solid. It's
yeah,
really
it is.
solid.
It's number.
Oh, is it? Oh, good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 25-ish on the hot list.
Okay.
So I guess it is getting some buzz.
Good, it should, because it's amazing. I love it. And then, oh man, you guys mentioned a lot of games in the chat. Like Biblios is probably my number 11. You guys know I love Biblios. And then games like Imperial Settlers, Love Letter, even stuff like Coloretto. There were so many games that I had to like cull to make this list that I'm like, wow, it was tough. Honestly, it was really tough because there's so many really good card games out there. I mean, our last top 10, I felt like, what else? What did we have on there that we didn't mention?
Let's do over our top 10s from last time. This is in 2016.
Okay.
So my top 10, number 10, Biblios. Number 9, Among the Stars, which we have right over there, about ready to play it. Number 8, Thunderstone Advance, which we haven't played.
That's on here
we haven't played that in forever.
Yeah.
Number 7, Elysium. Number 6, Artifacts Inc. Number 5, Coup. Number 4, Poker, which was on my list this time. Number 3, Sheriff, which is on my list. 2, Pit, which is on my list. And 1, Through the Ages, which is on number 1 again.
Well, you did copy your list.
Rebecca's like almost... There's so many shocks. So,
I know.
So our number 10 was Lost Cities. Number 9 was Timeline or Card Line, not Challenge. We hadn't played Challenge yet by then. Number 8, Smash Up, which I'm surprised isn't on your list. Number 7, Tides of Time.
It was on my
number
short
6, Biblios. Number 5, Chapur. Number 4, Pit. Still none of these made her list.
Yep.
Number 3, Dominion, which made her list.
Yep.
Number 2, Race for the Galaxy, which made my list but not your list, which is invalidates somebody's list, probably mine. And number 1, Star Realms.
Yeah, those were on my short list, and I have them there, and they just barely didn't make it, because now I'm thinking card games. These games are what my focus is on now. It's funny. I haven't outgrown those games. I still love those games, but if I'm looking for a card game now, I'm looking more for these. That's really where it's moved to now.
So I have several games that might have made my list, but I axed them because they weren't card gamey enough.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So we got Everdell, which has got a lot. Got worker placement, got a lot of
it's got
resource management and stuff. We got Time's Up, which isn't.
That's a party game though.
And the card is just telling you what your word is.
I don't.
You're not really.
Imperial Settlers was on my short list.
Not exchanging cards and stuff like that. Underwater Cities, just too much going on with a board.
Board and stuff, yeah.
For the same reason, Terraforming Mars, because it's so much board manipulation going on.
Because I love both of those.
Fog of Love.
See, I don't think of that as a card game. Those like facilitate role playing.
Right. And then Deception, because all the cards are just laying there. They don't really do anything, and your roll is you look at it once and you don't ever look at it again unless you forget what your roll is. And then a couple that that for whatever reason they probably would have made my list anyway, but I didn't. For some reason, I don't view Dixit as a card game.
I don't either because again, it
probably is, but I don't look at it as a card game.
Well, a card game in the sense that you use one card. I don't know. To me, a card game you need to use more than one.
We have a hand of cards.
You do, but you're using one card. It's more of a facilitating.
Well, there's games where you have a hand of card and you play one card.
Do you have any of those on your list though?
No.
See?
You have Fox in the Forest. That's a hand of a card. You play one.
Yeah, but you're.
Saint.
I don't know.
Trains
is good, yeah.
Summer Wars was mentioned.
Mombasa?
That we have not played Summer Wars. Check out our top 10 games we can't believe we haven't played. That was on my list.
Yeah.
And Seventh Continent, I haven't played that game because we have so many campaign games, and that one's a massive campaign. I almost thought about buying it and just like packing it away and putting it in a box.
That was the one you were going to put in a time capsule, right?
Yeah,
that was
do not open until 2028. And then I'll crack it open and play it. So I'd love to play Seventh Continent. It's just I don't want to get started because I'll never finish it, and I got Gloomhaven, which I've barely scratched the surface of. So there's that. You got any other words of wisdom?
Me?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh well, same thing with like Sushi Go Party. I didn't see anybody mention that one.
That wouldn't have made my list, but yeah, it's a card game.
Thunderstone Advance. We talked about that one. Bonanza. I love that game.
I love that game when people trade with you.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's really hard because you may want to trade, but if you don't have the cards that work, you don't dare just make a friendly trade to help somebody out because it hoses up your game. You can't do it. Or you just
don't trade with someone, even when it's a positive trade.
Maybe
yes, I'm bitter. I'm a little bit bitter.
You're a little bitter.
I'm a little bitter.
Yeah, well, maybe you deserved it.
I probably did deserve it. I should get put in my place every once in a while.
It was fun. But yeah, Mysterium is worse than torture. Okay, I can see what games Paul doesn't like. He's dogging on Mysterium and Dixit, so I'm saying that you must have had some fun experiences. Tile laying technically put in this category. See, you included among the stars. To me, those cards feel like tiles, and I didn't include it. I don't feel like it doesn't feel like
because
a card
some of the
game
cards you play as you just discard them.
No, I mean they are cards technically. I mean I've got one right here, but
they have powers and stuff on them.
And they have powers and stuff. I don't know. It just feels like a tile game to me, not a card game. Which I don't know. That's a tough one.
Next Tuesday,
yes,
we're going to be doing our resolution update. And I'm giving you a kind of a little sneak peek here.
What?
Kind of a bit of a teaser for those that stuck around to the end.
Oh, look at that. You guys are so awesome.
I'm trying to see what date range I need to be looking at. Since the 20... What's today?
Today's the 4th.
So since the 28th.
Oh, it's only been a week. Is that right?
Yeah. Well,
oh, you're doing the thing. Okay, gotcha. Because it'll be 2 weeks by then.
Let's see.
San Juan. Yeah, San Juan was
San
also
Juan
on
was
my
real
short
close
list.
to making my list.
San Juan was on there. That one in Bruges, I was like, I didn't put them, but you totally could. I haven't played Seasons. I think you played Seasons, right?
I did, and I didn't like it.
You didn't like it much. I haven't played it. Not sure. I think I would like it. Good job, Tommy. Yes. You guys get gold star. Hooray.
We already have 19 games to talk about for Tuesday. So, it's 19 games to talk about.
Look at that.
And a few calls that we're going to discuss as well. So we already got lots and lots of games to talk about next time. And then we're going to go on a summer hiatus. And we're going to do a couple of pre-produced things. We're probably going to do them during our normal time slot. So if you check in the couple of Tuesdays, I don't know how long it's going to be.
Yeah,
after that,
we haven't scheduled everything yet.
We're going to do some live pre-recorded top tens
and whatever
else that comes up. So we're going to take a break from the filmings because
Summer.
Summer.
Summer!
And then we'll come back and we'll do a resolution update with 3,000 games.
We hope.
Maybe
The
not.
end.
Maybe not.
We're all like, it's summer. We played 2 games. No, yeah. Hopefully we're like, we got this whole shelf done. No, we'll see.
Yeah, so we're cranking through the games, and they're not all light games. We're actually mixing in some heavier
No, we've
games.
been throwing in some heavy ones too. It's pretty exciting.
And we're also freeing up shelf space because Gen Con's going to be here before you know it. And all the new games are going to start popping up, which is scary to think.
Need to have an intervention.
We do. I like the new games, though.
I know. You could quit anytime. I get it.
Now you're making me go off on a tangent, because I love going off on tangents. If I had my choice...
You would get rid of all these...
This will be the parting question for the chat and the comments.
Oh, no.
I'm going to give you
Here
a
we
parting
go.
question. This may be a new thing. My parting question.
Oh, no.
Would you rather play your favorite game 100 times in a row,
Okay.
or learn and play 100 new games in a row, and they could be good or they could be bad?
My favorite game 100 times.
You would rather play your favorite game 100 times in a row
Yes.
rather than playing a brand new game 100 times in a row
Yes.
and without any repeats.
Yes.
I would rather play 100 games, new games, in a row, good or bad. Oh, assuming there's at least an equal distribution
Yeah,
there.
Paul's on my... Yep, Dan's on my side. Jobby's on your side.
I'd rather play 100 new games. I love discovery. That's my
Yeah, that's your
that's
thing.
my joy in board gaming is discovering new games, new mechanisms, new themes, new interactions, playing with
Yeah.
new people.
No,
It's
I get
all about new, and not necessarily cult of the new. It could even be old games I've never played before, because I do go back and grab old games and play those as
Yep.
well.
David's on 100 times.
So everyone's saying,
Cosmic Encounter 100 times.
"Oh my gosh!"
Troll.
After about the 5th play of Cosmic Encounter, I'd want to. I would just. Is there a way to be? You get eliminated in that game, right?
You're like, oh no, I'm dead. What am I gonna
Everybody's
do?
saying favorite 100 times. You people are crazy.
No, not everyone. Jobby said number 2.
Oh, Jobby. There you go. There you go. At least one person's on my
Well,
side.
I'm the same way with books, though. I like discovering the new ones and stuff, but every once in a while, it's just nice to go back to your favorite and just relive it.
But over and over and over and over and over again.
With a board game, yes. Yes, I would do that.
I'm all about
I would
new.
happily.
And like I said, it doesn't have to be new games. It can be old games, because I like. Because like when we played all the Spiel games, some of them were crap, but I still enjoyed goofing around and trying them. Even the kids' games, I just like trying new stuff.
Yeah.
So there is your question of the week. That's going to be our new ender.
Oh, dear.
Question of the week. And apparently, I am in the fast majority. Did I say "there you go"? Is that what Jobby's quoting? There you go. And there we go. All right, get us
New
out of
people,
here.
same
We'll
old
see you.
game.
We'll see you next Tuesday night with our resolution update. Lots and lots of games. We're shooting for. So let's get a number. We're gonna shoot for 30 games.
Are you... Okay, that's possible.
30 games. We're gonna try to get 30 games to talk about. That includes calls and
Oh, we have a week.
new plays. We have 1 week to play 11 games. We got this.
Yeah, I think we do.
30
We
games.
have this. We'll do it.
Play all the new games. Res Arcana. What kind of crap is that?